Good afternoon, everyone. So today, Mama's gonna be teaching at work. So at work, we have a mini virtual school for the children of the employees, wherein the kids are gathered virtually via Zoom. Almost every day, they'd have 2 to 3 sessions every day to learn. So they're being taught by by our training team, our managers. And today, I'll be doing my part. So I'll be doing them. I'll be teaching them about science and technology. So we'll specifically talk about constellations today. So I'll introduce them to 5 major constellations that can easily be seen. And I'll bring you to the journey. So I hope you learn as well. And this little girl will also be joining me today. So we'll also be doing a DIY, like a telescope or a constellation viewer. So it's very simple. I'll walk you through the process later on. See you! Alright, it's 12:32 in the afternoon. In 8 minutes, I'll hop into the Zoom meeting. The class won't start at 1, but I'll just have to join in at least 20 minutes before 1 so we can brief with the moderator and talk about the things that needs to be done during the discussion.
For minor, keme, at saka, alam mo, natanda ko lang ngayon yung rosary. Tumitingin ako sa sky.
Sa Isinto ni Judas, alam mo yun?
Oo, kasi very
Yung
siya.
deeper, big and
Oo.
deeper. Pagka ang natutunan ko sa kanila dati is, pag wala akong orasan, yung shadow mo, pag yung shadow mo is diretsong ganon, 12 o'clock yun.
May
Pag
pag-ganon.
yung shadow mo is medyo pa, depende sa shadow mo, yun yung oras. Ano yun? Diba? Dati ko lang yun, natutunan. Tsaka yung stars sa gabi. Kasi pag, di ba pag sa mundo ka, pag lost ka, wala kang orasan. So yun yung guide nila, I guess. That was long time. So, tandaan pa ako. Fun facts. Must be ready kasi, kids, dun sa iba, they will probably tell you, teacher, what about this one? What about, they might know something about it and they will ask you kung nasaan yun, ano yung tawag dun. Ganon. Tatanungin ka nila.
Sasabihin ko na lang.
Teacher, what's the brightest star?
Acknowledge mo lang sila, try to talk to them, and that's it.
Alright, so welcome back and good afternoon everyone. Hello Teacher Lynn and hello Teacher Emery. So I'll go ahead and admit all the campers. Alright, so joining now are campers.
Good afternoon, Caleb.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon and welcome back.
Hello, campers. Nice to see you back. You had your lunch?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Great.
Alright, so Teacher Lynn. Hello everyone, good afternoon. So welcome back campers. So Teacher Lynn, it's 1:01 a.m. We'll go ahead and wait for the other campers to join. We'll go ahead and start at 1:03. So we still have 2 more minutes. But while waiting, would you like to go ahead and introduce our facilitator for today, Teacher Lynn?
Sure. Thank you, Teacher Kara. So again, good afternoon, campers. I hope you had your lunch and have your energy right now for our session. Right? Do you have this energy still with you?
Yes.
Excited? Yes. Okay. Great. That's okay, campers. So today we're gonna have a very educational session. You might have studied this at school, but we're gonna talk about this today, and that will bring us today by Teacher Emery. So say hi to Teacher Emery, campers.
Hi po.
Hi! Hello! Good afternoon. I hope nag-lunch na kayo. Alright, should we start na, Teacher Kara?
Yes, Teacher Emery, we can go ahead and start the session.
Great. I'll
Sure.
just quickly share my screen. One moment. And by the way, I have with me my daughter. Her name is Aliyah. She'll be joining us today as well. I hope you don't mind it.
So cute.
Say hi to them. Okay. All right. So I hope you're all excited for our session today. I think you pretty much know what we'll talk about today, and that's gonna be stars, right? Who among you here who likes stargazing?
Me po.
Me.
Great.
Me po.
Okay. Do you happen to know any constellation? Have you ever seen a constellation up in the sky during nighttime?
Yes po.
I saw the Big Dipper once.
Yes po.
Mm. All
Ito po
right.
ay sa the Big Dipper.
Big Dipper. Great. We'll talk about that today. But first, let me again introduce myself. My name is Lady Emery Kimada. Again, you can call me Teacher Emery. And I'm a Sagittarius since I was born in December. Who else is born in December here?
Me po.
Me po.
Okay. Do you all know what your zodiac sign is or your star sign?
Yes.
Yes po.
Yes po.
Okay.
Zodiac sign po, yes.
Perfect. Well, for those who doesn't know their zodiac sign, I'll just quickly flash it on the screen on what your zodiac sign is if you're born from this date to this date. For example, December 22 to January 21st. So that makes you a Capricorn. And let me know on the chat box what your star sign is so that we would also know.
So Ira said he's a Capricorn.
That's great. Okay, so I guess we can move on. We have Alicia. She said Gemini. That's great. My daughter Eli is also a Gemini. She was born on June 10th. So let's talk about the zodiac or the stars more. So as we all know, constellation is a group of stars that are formed, right? So they're somehow connected. That's why they are called constellation. So there are about 88 constellations, but since we only have an hour, we'll only talk about 5 major constellations for today. All right, are you all ready?
Yes.
Great.
Yes po.
Awesome. So we'll talk about the Ursa Major, or this is also called the Great Bear. Why do you think it's called the Great Bear?
It looks like a bear.
That's great.
It like resembles a bear.
Correct. It's also called a Big Dipper because if you can see, it's like a ladle. So it forms like like a great bear. So this is the third largest constellation, by the way, and mostly it's found during summer. So during summer, you can look up in the sky. Once you see the ladle-like star, you would know that it's a Big Dipper or it's the Great Bear. Okay, have you ever sighted this one or not yet?
Yes.
That's great.
Yes po. When I was 6 years old po.
Oh, okay. And how old are you right now?
9 years old po.
Okay, that's great. You still remember how it's formed, though it's from 3 years ago. Who was that, by the way?
Which, no po.
Okay, thank you. So if we have a great bear, then we also have the little bear, or that's also the little deeper. So this is also like a ladle-like. It's visible on the northern hemisphere. So Philippines is part of the northern hemisphere. So we would be able to see the great bear and the little bear. Any questions so far?
None po.
Nothing po.
None po.
Okay.
Nothing po.
Alright. So the next one is the Orient. So it's called, this is also called the Hunter. Why do you think it's called the Hunter?
Orion was a great hunter.
That's great.
He looks like a hunter.
So,
By a warrior.
correct. So Orion is derived from the, so it's named after a great hunter. If you can see, he is carrying a sword with him. So the Orion is visible from November to February. Also, this is visible in the northern hemisphere. So most of the stars or the constellations that we are tackling today are all visible in the Philippines, but there are specific months that they are visible in the night sky. So for Orion or Orion, that's visible during November to February. Okay, now before we move on to the fourth star, do you guys want to sing a song?
I'm a very good singer, teacher.
Okay. I'll. So let's sing a song. I'll. Do you see the lyrics on the screen? Do I have anyone here that knows?
It's the twinkle star. May reward our hearts with kindness Pacific. Lovely poison in the capacious, I think, slowly resembling their cartoons.
Okay, so this is the other version of the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star song. Great. So I will sing it first. Thank you. So I will sing this first, and then after let's sing together. Does it sound cool?
You sing a song na?
Yes, po.
Okay. Great. So as mentioned earlier, the tone or the beat is just like the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and it goes like this. Scintillate, scintillate, globule vivific. Fain would I fathom thy nature specific. Loftily poised in the ether capacious, strongly resembling a gem carbonaceous. Scintillate, scintillate, globule vivific. Kaya niyo na?
Teacher, it's hard to pronounce.
Teacher, it's hard to pronounce. Teacher, it's hard to pronounce.
Okay.
Teacher, it's hard to pronounce.
Okay, so let's start.
Like in a different country, like the language is
Ikaw pa, slow mo.
blah blah blah.
So this is actually English. Scintillate. This means it's sparkling or twinkling. Now, vivific means giving life or the sun. So, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Star is the sun, right? For ether capacious, it's the spacious universe. So, it's the other term for the universe. Okay, so let's start with the pronunciation first and then we'll sing the song. So, everybody say scintillate.
Scintillate.
Okay, so should we sing na?
Yes, po.
Alright, let's sing in
I
3.
guess so.
Okay, so let's all sing together in 3, 2, 1, go! Scintillate, scintillate, vivific.
Strongly resembling a gem
Very good!
Okay, alright, well, let's move on to the fourth star. We have the Taurus. So the Taurus is also called as
Wow.
the bull's horn. Why do you think so?
It's like, I don't know. I don't know star is.
Okay, so it's like a bull's horn. We can see there are two pointed. So Taurus is very easy to locate once you find Orion because Taurus is just above Orion. And Taurus is the the 17th largest constellation in the sky. So remember, the Ursa Major is the third largest. Then the Taurus is the 17th largest constellation, which you can see just above the Orion. Questions so far? Okay.
What look like?
I'm sorry. Okay, so the Taurus is visible in the night sky from November to March. So remember, Orion is visible from November to February, while the Taurus is November to March. So they're also visible in the night sky just at the same time because they are actually almost together, right? Now, the last constellation that we have is the Gemini. This is also called the twins. Why do you think so?
Because Gemini is twins.
Correct. So it's like a boy and a girl. Right, they're holding hands, right? They're like brothers and sisters. The twins can be found above on the side of the hunter. So, what is the hunter again? What's the name of that constellation?
Orion.
Orion. Okay. So, that's
Orion.
correct. So beside so beside the arm of the Orion, that is where you will see the Gemini or the twins. Rail says onion. It's Orion, not onion. Okay, so no questions so far for our constellations for today. Okay, with that said, we are going to... Yes po.
Look like holding hands.
Para po napilayan po yung isa pong star. Yung isa po. Para
Yeah,
po napilayan.
that's
Look
actually...
like holding hands. Like,
So yung napilayan, siya yung girl. That's actually her skirt. She's wearing a long skirt.
Like, they're going on a wedding.
what?
It looked like they're going to a wedding.
What the
That's a
heck?
good observation, Mix.
So the Gemini, this is also visible in August, however, only hours before dawn. So like 12 to 2 a.m. in August. But they're not really that visible. Sometimes you may find it hard to see them in the night sky. Only during dawn.
Can we see that in the night sky?
In August, yes, before a few hours before dawn. So from 12 midnight to 2 a.m., you will see the Gemini during August.
Campers, any questions so far for Teacher Marie? Do you like those stars?
Yes.
Yes, po. Yes.
Okay, so for today, we have an activity. Before we move on to our activity, do you have questions with 5 constellations that we talked about today?
Croak, croak. Croak, croak.
Okay.
Any more questions, campers? I think they're all good, Teacher Marie. So go ahead, continue, please.
All right. So today we will be doing a do-it-yourself constellation viewer. So for the materials, I'll go. Do you have tissue cardboard?
Can we just watch because we don't...
So the materials that we'll be needing for today are tissue cardboards if you have one. If not, you can actually just use any type of cartoon that you can just roll like this. Or anything that's hard that you can roll like this. That has a hole and scissors. And then we'll be needing scissors as well. Please ask assistance from your mom or from your parents or from your guardians. We also will be needing a ball pen, glue if you have one. If not, you can also use scotch tape. Any sticking materials that you have at home. Scissors, ball pen, or pencil. And coloring paper if you have one. If not, bond paper, it's fine. Okay, so if you have like 3 or if you have 1, that's fine. If you have 2 or 3, that's very fine. So we can make a long telescope. So let's go ahead. Okay, let's go get our materials and maybe we can start at 1:30. We have 4 minutes to prepare our materials. Is that fine?
Can I use paper cup po?
Yeah, paper cup is fine. Just get the cover from the bottom cover. Just ask your mom or your
Teacher,
parents.
can you use flashlight?
Sorry, blue.
I think Matthew is informing us that he doesn't have any cloth available.
Okay, that's fine. It's if you wanna leave your cardboard tissues as it is, it's also fine since it's also nice naman na. Light blue cloth is fine. So if we have 2 or more tissue cardboards, the more you have or the longer you want it, it's fine. So we'll have to stick them together. We can use a scotch tape. And then let's bind them together. Let me know once you're done so we can proceed with the next step. So let's bind our tissue cardboards together. Aya here will help me. Okay, should we move on to the next step? Are your tissue cardboards attached or binded together? If you have a colored paper or a cloth or anything that you can cover, let's cover your tissue cardboards. But if you want to leave it as it is, that's also fine. So as for me, I'll cover this with a purple colored paper. And also, you can decorate it. You can cut stars, diamonds, or any shapes that you like. If you have stickers at home, you can also stick it to your tissue card constellation viewer. And this is mine. This is how it looks like. So these are this is 3 tissue cardboards that I binded together. I covered them with a purple colored paper, and then I cut stars. And we also have a moon over here.
Wala po akong band paper. Pwede ko po i-paint ko na lang po siya.
That's very nice. It's very artistic. You definitely can paint your card view, your constellation viewer. You can paint it. You can use crayons. You can use watercolors or any coloring material that you have. This hole on our 1/8 size of paper. So you just have to trace the circle, and it should look like this. So remember, we had to trace the circle on our 1/8 size of bond paper. So from here, this is where we will trace our constellation. What constellation do you like to see first? Do you want to see Gemini or do you want to see the Taurus?
Teacher, I want to see the Scorpio.
The Scorpio, okay. So what you see on the screen are the 12 constellations that you can use as a guide. So we have there the Scorpio. Just put the dots. And then, okay, so after you have put your dots, then you have to draw the line so that you can form the constellation. And those dots, you will also put a hole on it, and it should look like this. It's the time that we put it on the edge of our constellation viewer, just like this.
Teacher?
So you may use a rubber band so that